Hey, welcome back to the CPRS video series. I just kind of wanted to go over how to order AM labs. So this comes up every single day, as you can probably imagine. And we've been asked on behalf of the nursing staff, as well as the lab technicians, as well as the phlebotomists, to kind of go over this with some of the residents. So I figured I'd make a video and kind of show you the different ways to order A, stat labs, B, routine labs in the morning, and C, add-on labs. So let's say we want to do bilirubin. We'll just use bilirubin as a test result here. So you go to lab here, and then you can go to lab add-on. Unless it's listed here, you can kind of use those quick orders there. Lab order, and let's say we want a bilirubin. So you click bilirubin. If it's for tomorrow, what you do is you say here, lab collect, and then you specify that it's the AM collection for tomorrow. And what this does is don't worry about the urgency, because this will usually be routine, and it'll say routine here. It's just because we're under a different encounter. Lab collect, AM collection tomorrow, and then you accept it. Okay, and then we'll accept that guy, and you'll see that the bilirubin is there, and you can go and check to see if it was ordered correctly, because this will say start T, which is today, +1 at 0600, 6 a.m. The lab here, the tube here, the urgency here, lab collect LC. Here's another one that I'll talk about in a second, which is ward collect, and then it's unsigned at this point, and we will go ahead and sign it. So that is how you order AM labs. And all of your AM labs, regardless of what's going on, will have to be ordered that way if you're on the floor. If you're in the ICU, a little bit different. You order those as ward collect. The way that this works is that the lab collect will print out, and then they'll get the orders, and they'll go around, and they'll know who to draw. The phlebotomist will. A ward collect, they won't necessarily know who to draw, because it prints somewhere differently, and it operates under different process. So now, ward collect is what you'll use for stat labs. So now let's just use CBC, because we've got it up. CBC, and we're going to want to get this stat. So you go up to the top here, you collect stat, and what you do is you change this now to ward collect, and then you say today, obviously, and you hit accept. And so that is a stat lab for today, ward collect, and that's really important, because this prints out at the floor's computer, or the computer in the area, and then that'll be told that it needs to be drawn immediately, and the phlebotomist will be informed that that is a stat lab that needs to be drawn. The other thing that you'll need to do sometimes is add an add-on lab. So you go to lab tests here, go to CBC, and let's say you forgot to order it this morning, but the phlebotomists are good enough to draw extra tubes when they knew that you drew a troponin but probably needed a CBC, which they do quite well, actually. And you go to here, add-on, and then you click lab collect. Whenever I talk to the lab, this is the way that they've said to do it. And then you call the lab 4225, tell them that this is what you're doing, and they'll add it on ASAP. So that's how you do an add-on lab. And then the last thing is, how do you do a time lab in the future? So you go back to lab test. Let's say you want a CBC, not in the AM, because that would be best under lab collect. So if it's AM, lab collect. If it's in the future, you go to ward collect. You select the date, and you select the time. And then you inform the nurse, and the nurse will make sure that this is going to be set up for a lab draw at here, ward collect. So this is a special collect outside of the special collection times from lab at 6 p.m., 1800 on this is today's date, and then you sign this. And that is how you do the labs. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that this clarifies things, and I hope that you guys will understand that when you order the labs correctly, A, the patients get poked a lot less, and B, your nursing staff really likes you a lot more. So I think that those are two really important things to have happen if you are a resident in this hospital. So thank you very much. I hope that this was helpful. Have a good day.